And recognizing how important they are and connecting your heart with them, heart to heart, is one of the switches that switches you on to your divine gifts and talents. I list the switches to bring back the wisdom of Atlantis in 2012 and beyond. One of them is the working with the unicorn orb, and there is a picture of an orb in 2012 and beyond. Working with it with your heart open so that you can start to move towards enlightenment. Enlightenment is about being in an expanded consciousness. The more enlightened you become, the more you become aware of all that is. It's a state of sheer expansion until your consciousness includes everything, includes all that is. I've talked about the cleansing of the planet, which will of course take place by Mother Nature through floods and hurricanes and fires and earthquakes and all the natural means of clearing and cleansing the planet. I've talked about the shifting economy and the importance of raising our consciousness and opening up to abundance consciousness. And this is why I came onto the subject of the unicorns and them helping us to come to enlightenment, because abundance consciousness is a feature of the third eye. It is a feature of enlightenment. And it's about recognizing that the universe will meet all your needs, and also knowing that you deserve it. It's about having total clarity of mind so that you focus your thoughts on what you want for the highest good, so that your thoughts are fully in the fifth dimension and they have the power of divine clarity behind them, and then you manifest and bring to you what you need, but it's for the highest good of the planet, the highest good of yourself. Now the oil is running out. That, of course, is one of the earlier things that's going to happen. We're much nearer the time of not having any more oil than we realize. And this is going to precipitate us into looking for ecological ways of using power and of traveling. There will be a problem with traveling. There will be fewer and more expensive flights. More people will travel by train and even get out their bicycles. I went on mine this morning for the first time in years, because I really think it's important to do these things. Start walking more, cycling more, and getting ready to make a shift in the way we travel. Now, although travel will be more difficult in the next 20 years, it will also be easier. Because as countries start to trust each other, the international boundaries will start to come down. And so it will be easier for people to move from country to country. And because it's going to be harder for people to go around, because the big dinosaur businesses are collapsing, including supermarkets, as it's completely ridiculous to bring apples, for example, from one end of the world to another, and to fly food everywhere. When this becomes too expensive, no longer viable, everybody will be growing their own food. People are going to start gathering into communities, much smaller communities. And fifth dimensional communities will operate in a very different way from now. People will work for the highest good of everybody within the community and beyond it. So they will be growing their own food and growing it in an organic way, using natural means. People will be much healthier. They will start to take their power into their own hands, and they will say no to GM products. No to many of the things that are starting to come forward in our Big Brother environment. All of that will start to dissolve and end as people claim their individual power. Of course, it's time for people to start doing that now. But as the structures dissolve, this will happen automatically. And the fifth dimensional communities, because people are doing what they want to do, will be much happier places. For example, children will be in schools designed for the highest good of children. Not as they currently are, which is very often for the highest good of adults. And so children will start to grow up being more confident in themselves, having more self-worth and self-esteem, learning to do what gives them soul satisfaction, so they're not influenced by society. They'll make choices for the right reasons. And many, many more star children will come in.